There is a part of me you trained. There is a part of me you trained. The part that stayed too long. The part that worked harder, listened more, went along. Believed that if I just loved better, I would finally be safe. There's a part of me you trained to quiet down, not to be too much, not to feel too deeply, not trust what I knew. Today, I lay her to rest. The one who wanted to die while you slept peacefully. The one who cried herself to sleep while you lost control, controlling me, silencing me, wrapping your hands around my throat, teaching my body what fear felt like. There is a part of me you trained that still lives. The one that flinches at a voice raised, at silence while waiting for a reply, at the look in someone's eyes that once meant, you're about to pay for this. There is a part of me you trained to listen, to bow, to normalize what should never have been normal because I was stable and you consumed me like a drug. You used me like a drug. And when I was all used up, you searched for another dose. I'm no different than the one before me or the one before them or the one after me. Just another drug of choice. The first high is always the best, but once your tolerance builds, love isn't enough anymore. It was never gonna be, and it never will be. That's when the hands come around the throat. That's when the words begin. You're ugly. That's what you said to me. Do you remember? But you didn't mean it, right? You're ugly. You're too sensitive. No one will believe you. You're too much. Yet somehow, I was the one working the hardest to keep us alive. There is a part of me you trained that I am finally willing to let die. The part afraid to speak. The part afraid to have its own reality. The part that abandons itself to keep your peace at my expense. The part that ran faster and faster, keeping your pace at the expense of my own life. There's also a part of me you groomed and conditioned. And everyone who stood in the room, watched and looked away, they became a part of it too. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Sometimes their silence hurt as much as your hands and your words. They believed the story after the setup because that's how it worked. You provoked me, you deprived me of sleep, you isolated me, you threw things, you cornered me, you pushed and you pushed and you pushed until any human being would finally break, would finally yell, would finally fight back. And that's when you hit record. That's what a setup is. Like placing someone else's fingerprints at the scene of a crime, creating evidence instead of truth. The people who saw your jealousy, your control, your manipulation, your corruption, the people who watched and chose comfort over courage, you're part of it too. Who turned away the moment I finally said enough. They became part of the system too, because abuse rarely survives alone. It survives through silence, through excuses, through people who laugh it off because acknowledging it would cost them something. So today, I lay to rest the part of me you all trained. If you put a dog in a corner and you keep beating it until it's about to die, eventually the dog is gonna bite back. And someone might bleed. But the dog escapes and runs free and finally gets to eat and breathe again. I escaped the corner. And I'm free and I can breathe again. But I have to lay this part of me to rest. So today I lay to rest the part of me you all trained. You were all part of it. I lay to rest the part of me that was trained, not because she was weak, not because of that, because she did exactly what she had to do to survive. The part of me that carried me this far, she kept me alive. She kept me alive. But she doesn't have to protect me anymore. The person standing here now does not have to bow. She does not have to disappear, and she does not abandon herself to make someone else comfortable. She speaks. She remembers. She believes herself, and that is where your training ends. I'm done with the training program.